Liberal lunatics cheer after they saw what Melania did to Trump as she boarded Marine One, by Sassy Liberty for freedomdaily.com. For 25 years, or for however long Bill Clinton has been a national figure, the media have trained, brainwashed Americans not to care about the following: a politician's personal life, a politician's sex life, a politician lying about sex, a politician's extramarital affairs, a politician lying about extramarital affairs, a politician committing perjury to cover up an extramarital affair. Apparently, we are not even supposed to care if the President of the United States has sex in the Oval Office with a young intern and then accused by a handful of other women of sexual harassment, groping, and rape. For 25 years, the media morality police have told Americans they are electing a president, not the Pope. So why the sudden puritanical outrage with regard to President Trump and his supposed affair from 2006 with a Playboy bunny long before he was president or even a political figure? And it never seems to end. Enter People magazine in their breathless headline: Melania Trump breaks tradition again, doesn't walk to Marine One with husband amid new affair drama, as they reported. First Lady Melania Trump broke tradition and traveled to Marine One without husband Donald Trump on Friday amid the new allegations that the president had an affair with former Playboy Playmate of the Year Karen McDougal. It's protocol for the first couple to walk across the White House South Lawn together before leaving for Marine One. Instead, as the Trumps headed for Parkland, Florida on Friday to meet with victims of the mass shooting there, the First Lady drove to Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland separately ahead of her husband, CNN reported. With her schedule today, it was easier to meet at the plane, Stephanie Grisham, the First Lady's communication director, told People in a statement. Grisham confirmed that Mrs. Trump will still accompany her husband when he visits the victims of the mass shooting. Earlier on Friday, an explosive New Yorker report detailed Trump's alleged affair with McDougal, based in part on an 8-page account handwritten by the former Playboy model herself. In the account, McDougal claimed she had a 9-month-long sexual relationship with Trump starting in 2006, and they met during a taping of The Apprentice at the Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles. The alleged affair began less than 2 years after Trump married Melania and a few months after the birth of his son, Barron, now 11. Newsflash, America knew that Donald Trump liked the ladies. His relationship with various and sundry women have been tabloid fodder for gossip for decades. This is not a surprise. No one in America with even half a brain elected Donald Trump as the President of the United States based on his morality and his success in monogamous relationships. I totally agree with that. President Trump likes beautiful women and has never made a secret of that. He has married and dated and, yes, slept with models, actresses, and Playboy bunnies for years. As a man of means, women flock to him as well. Despite all of that, he seems to have been an active participant in the lives of his 5 children, helping to raise them and support them into productive members of society. I totally agree with that too. That in and of itself speaks volumes when former vice presidential hopeful Tim Kaine's son is actively being arrested for participating in Antifa events and rioting because he disagrees with someone else's point of view. Meanwhile, those of us that actually think rather than recite mindless drivel and gossip know that America elected President Trump because Hillary Clinton was more of the same corrupt garbage that exists in Washington, if not double dose even. Double, it's more like you can't even count. A known politically corrupt figure, even from as far back as Little Rock, Arkansas, when Bill was governor and Hillary was Arkansas's first lady. President Trump denies ever having an affair with McDougal, with the White House reps issuing a statement saying this is an old story that is just more fake news. The president says he never had a relationship with McDougal. I could care less whether he did or not. How about that? Meanwhile, the king of fake news, CNN, you know they're going to run with this crap, breathlessly reports more gossip fodder on the alleged affair, stating of Melania's breaks the tradition. They'll try to do anything. This isn't the first break with tradition the First Lady has showed. In the wake of allegations of her husband's indiscretion, she drove separately from the president to the U.S. Capitol to attend the State of the Union address on January 30th. The White House said the unusual move was so she could attend a reception with the guests joining her in the First Lady's box and connect with them on a more personal level, but it marked her first public event after the Wall Street Journal first reported a payment made to porn star Stormy Daniels, who allegedly had an affair with Trump in 2006, 4 months after Melania Trump gave birth to the couple's only son, Barron. The president has denied the affair took place, but the Wall Street Journal reported Trump's attorney Michael Cohen paid Daniels $130,000 to keep it covered up. Cohen also released a statement on behalf of Daniels, calling the report absolutely false. Cohen had admitted paying her the money out of his own pocket, however. Who cares? It seems someone is looking for their 15 minutes of fame, and it is not above riding the president's coattail to do so. All the while, the leftist media propaganda machine puts their own hypocrisy on full display for everyone to see. Who cares? He can have a Playboy model every night. I could care less. He's still the president of the United States. He didn't rape anybody, and he didn't kill anybody like Hillary Clinton and Bill. Do you see the difference? Okay, let's say he did. Who cares? Even if he didn't, who cares? Now, if they have marital problems, okay, I'm not saying it's a piece of cake, but listen, you get married to the Donald, you got to expect a couple of things, and he is a good father, and he does take care of his family, and he's a respectful human being. Now, he's not a saint, even if he did. That's why it has to come out into the news that we that voted for Donald Trump do not care if he has a new model every week. He didn't rape anybody and he didn't kill anybody. So that's all that I need to know. Like Bill Clinton. Come on. We're gonna start talking about they should listen. They're throwing these bones out to the liberals. The liberals are the most disgusting form of humanity. They have extramarital affairs. They sleep with whomever. They take their clothes off. They're slobs. Are you kidding me? And they're talking about Trump? Tell him to get a life. That's all. Trump is not God, and he's not a saint. He's the president of the United States. He's a human being. Things happen even if they didn't. I don't care. And that's what we should tell the press, that we stand behind him, whether he has a Playboy model every week, a new one every week. We still stand behind him. That's it. He's there to do a job for America. Now, what he does with his private life, I don't wish it upon anybody that this happens in the relationship. But that's not why we elected Trump. We elected Trump to do a job for America. And that's basically it. Now, maybe not everybody agrees, but oh well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.